I recently discovered a movie on Netflix called It's What's Inside. Now, it's not a new movie to Netflix. It came out in 2024, but it is new to me, and I absolutely enjoyed it. If you enjoy bodies, 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 and a movie like Freaky Friday or any sort of body swap movie, then this movie is essentially if those movies had a movie baby. That's what's Inside is all about. And so if you have that sensibility like me, that you enjoy those movies, then I think you will heavily enjoy this movie. Now, let me kind of really break down the comparison. So in terms of bodies, 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 it's very stylized, right? And it's got younger protagonists and kind of them dealing with their anxieties and things like that, and both chaos and hilarity ensues. This is similar in that way. It is very stylized. In fact, it took me a while to get into it because I was watching, I was like, oh, this is just so over the top. What's going on? Am I going to enjoy this? And then as the movie progressed, I really got into it, right? And this isn't a whodunit necessarily, but there is an aspect of the plot that you're trying to keep track of, which I'll talk about in a moment. Now, as far as how it relates to any sort of body swap movie, well, allow me to kind of divulge into the premise. So it's this group of kids. I call them kids because they're younger than me, but they're adults, post-college and stuff like that. One of the friends is about to be married. And so they're getting together on the eve of the wedding to spend the night together and essentially catch up, right? Now, over the years, that close kinship has taken a toll, right? And there's a history there that as the movie progresses, the tensions will start to ramp up and whatnot. And that's where really the fun is. Now, one of the characters in the friend group, he's kind of really been on the outside, but he's invited, and so he shows up and he suggests that they play a game. He brought this machine and he wants to show it off to them to play this game. Now, he says the best way to really know what the game is, just to experience it, right? Just let it be and so forth. And essentially, this machine allows them to swap their minds, right? So, he does this to them and they swap their brains for 20 seconds and they're like, whoa, what was that? What was that? And that's where I'll kind of leave it as far as, the premise. I don't want to spoil beyond that, because so much good stuff happens from there. It's a movie that is both very entertaining, but it also makes you work incredibly hard to kind of keep track of stuff. And I say that because obviously as the characters swap, who they are, in a traditional body swap movie, you're talking two characters and then that's what the whole movie's all about. This, you have multiple body swaps and it's a group of 8 friends. So each time you're like, wait, who's who? And it could be a little disorienting, but that's part of the style because it's by design. It's meant to be disorienting for the characters, therefore it's meant to be disorienting for you. And so it's kind of interesting in that regard. And the fun really happens because, in various parts of the movie, not everyone knows who the other person is, and so they reveal secrets, and that's where the tension really builds up. A lot of backstory is filled in that way, but it's like a perfect example of exposition as ammunition, right? And it culminates into this insane thing that my jaw was on the floor when I finished the movie. So I really, really loved it. I think it's a lot of fun. As I said, if you're into the movies that I highlighted, then I think you will really enjoy this. This is the debut feature of Greg Jardin. It's not someone who I know a lot about. The actors, there's not really A-list actors in it. It's just a good core group of actors playing their roles and really delivering, right? And that's what made it special, was that it's like this gem of movie that you're not bogged down by, who's that actor, who's this? Like, you just buy that these people are the characters that they're playing, and you're just on for the ride with them. And I don't know, I really, really enjoyed it. I've seen some great reviews about it, so I'm glad that it came to me, and I just wanted to shout it out as a movie that you may have missed, just like I did, but It is there on Netflix for you to enjoy if this is your jam. And if and when you do, please leave a comment so I know what you thought. And if you want to talk spoilers, because boy oh boy, there's a lot to talk about with the spoilers, I would love to do so, just to notice such, so we can, anyone who hasn't seen it, it isn't ruined for them, essentially, right? So thank you as always for taking the time to tune in. I truly do appreciate you. I would encourage you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. That way you get all the various lessons and episodes that I put out right when I put them out. Thank you if you just did, and I hope to see you next time.